Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Devita Isyanti, and in this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on communicative competence, especially why I think it's matters so much in English classroom and how I personally plan my lesson to support it. So first, what do I mean by communicative competence? In a simple terms, communicative competence is the ability to use language not just correctly, but appropriately. It means knowing what to say, how to say it, and when to say it, depending on who you're talking to and to that situation you're in. And in my experience, when teachers actively build this in the classroom, the benefit of for students are real significant. The first benefit I have noticed is that students become more confident. When students practice real communication, not just memorizing grammar rules, they stop being afraid of making mistakes. They start to see mistakes as a part of the learning process. And I have seen the quietest student in my class gradually because willing to speak up just because we shifted from a textbook drill to actual conversation. The second benefit is that students become a better listener. Communicative activities require them to truly pay attention to what others are saying, not just wait for their turn to speak. And this is a skill that textbook alone can never teach. And finally, it's build motivation. When students feel they can actually use the language, not just pass a test, their engagement goes up dramatically. Like as Richard and Rogers note in their works on language teaching process, communicative activities give a learner a real purpose for using the target language, and that sense of purpose drives motivation. How do I actually plan a lesson that supports communicative competence? From my experience, and this is also a link with what we're learning in this module, there are a few key principles I always keep in mind. First, I always start with a real life context. Before I introduce any expression or grammar point, I ask myself, when will my student actually use this in the real life? For example, when I teach offering help and suggestion, I begin with a secondary, maybe a situation at the workplace or during preparing. Some students immediately see the relevance if they can see why they're learning something they're already halfway to engage. Second, I design activities that require students to actually communicative, not just repeat. There is a big difference between a student saying, "May I help you?" because the teacher taught them to, and a student saying it because they genuinely need to respond to a situation. So I use a role play, pair work, situation card, and a small group discussion so that a language use feel is natural as possible. Third, I balance accuracy and fluency. I don't ignore grammar, but I don't let it dominate either. In the early stage of a lesson, I focus on meaning and communication. I save error correction for the right moment, usually after a speaking activity, not during it, because interrupting a student mid-sentence is one of the fastest way to kill their confidence. And last, and it might sound simple but is often overlooked. I plan for student talk time to more than teacher talk time. If I am talking for 80% of the lesson, my students are not communicating, right? I actively plan activities that come at talking, questioning, responding, and interacting because that's where a real language learning happens. So, to wrap up, communicative competence is not just a teaching theory, it is a practical commitment to help our students actually use English in their life. When we plan a lesson with the real context, real interaction, and the real purposes, we're not just a teaching language. We're giving our students a tool they can carry with them long after they leave our classroom. That's what I believe, and that's what I try to every single day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was useful and see you on the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.